Welcome everybody. Welcome everybody. My name is Mo. If you don't know, my name is Mo. And I'm here with my boy Shawn, man. We've been rocking since six, seven,
Uh,
a long time.
what middle school did you go to?
Nah,
Ponus.
we went to Ponus. Ponus.
Yeah, but
Since
you always
Ponus.
older than me,
One
so
year.
I don't even. I don't be
1 year.
remembering.
You know how we know?
How?
Who was the choir teacher?
Mr. Lafleur or Mrs. Daydon? Oh, that stupid ass, trick ass. No. Let me not do that. Let me not do that.
So again, it was middle school, y'all.
Are you talking about? Are you talking about the linebacker?
You know what I'm talking about? No, I'm
you
talking about.
Mr. Lafleur,
I'm talking about.
Miss Daydon.
I'm talking about with it. Those are all high school.
Dang, man. Because Mr. Lafleur was literally my elementary teacher.
But yeah, he was elementary for you. He was elementary for you. That's right. Because you were.
And then he came back with Miss Hall.
Yes, he did. Yeah.
Who was the middle school teacher? Why don't I remember this?
It started with a B.
I don't know.
You don't
Is it a
remember?
girl, woman, or a guy?
A woman.
Yeah, I'm sorry, bro.
Was it Mrs. Belcher or somebody like that?
That name sounds familiar.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
But was she my teacher is what I'm trying to figure out.
Yes.
You sure?
Yes.
Because
Yes. I'm telling you.
Okay.
Listen, Miss Daydon, everybody, they were in high school.
Yeah, but I thought Miss State. Well, no, Miss State. You're right.
I'm trying to tell you. You're thinking about Chambers and Chambers. We had two different teachers. Remember? We had two different teachers. That's what I'm talking about. Anyway, y'all. Anyway.
Well, you know what it was? I think because our gifts really flourished in high school.
Yeah, but wait.
Like middle school, I don't even remember.
You know why I remember middle school?
I was on the mountaintop. You know, I really.
That's my point. That's the point. The middle school. The reason why I say something about middle school is because we were sitting there in that. I don't know why we were there together. We were there together because she put us there together, and we were singing, and it was SWV week, and Usher's
First single?
first single.
Just Call Me a Mac? Or
No.
Oh,
Time I
all
Think
the
of You.
time.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then we hit the harmonies, and we're like,
Do another love.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
and we're like,
Never run away. Yeah,
that was it. And we're like,
Talk to me.
that's why. And we're like, dang.
I still thought that happened in high school.
Wasn't in
That's the
high
crazy
school.
thing.
That song was too old. That song was too old to be high school, man.
That's true.
I mean, that song was, it was too old. That song was what, 95?
My Way was high school.
My Way was high school.
Because I remember you had the album.
Yep.
You had all the albums, so that's
My
how
Way
I kind
was
of remember.
high school because he had the skull cap.
Yeah, with the little
fresh
with the
skull
glass.
cap.
Yeah, yeah.
And that was before that. But anyway, y'all. Sorry, we're just figuring that out.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we known each other for a long time, everybody, and we are here to talk about strictly R&B. We ain't talking about that new stuff. We talk about R&B from the 90s, 2000s. We'll even drop in some 80s because we got to get some Bobby love in there. So
Golden era.
yeah, nothing but the stuff we grew up on, the stuff you love, everything.
Yo, you know what's
R&B.
crazy? What I was listening to while I was working out. Oh, you never find another love as good as this. Oh, you better represent. Yeah. Oh man,
Yeah,
I miss that, bro.
But you know what? I play that I play that song now so much. I play that song so much on TikTok, like on
So
my
underrated.
on my '90s R&B request show in the early
Yeah.
mornings. People be
Yeah.
requesting it, but I mix it with Janet.
Mm.
I mix it with Janet.
Mm.
Yeah, the I Get So Lonely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll let you hear it.
Yeah.
I'll let you
I
hear
hear
it.
it.
We
That's what's up.
we can't play that now, y'all, because we get demonetized. You know, it's
Okay.
but we can't do it now. But yeah, that's what I play it on. I play it on that. So yeah, so what we're gonna do, y'all, is talk about everything 90s golden era, good time R&B. Again, my name is Mo. I DJ, and it's all about music. It's all about music here. Besides fitness, you know what I do there. And Shawn, let them know about yourself.
Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off.
No.
My name is Shawn. I'm also an artist. My artist name at the moment is Shawn Rukus. But I grew up in school with M. Dot, and we pretty much been singing together throughout middle school, high school, college. And we used to have an R&B group called Miss Is Going Places. So we used to do a lot of shows in college, and we would write together, and we would come up with the harmonies together, and we would have the song, and we would just sing it for fun. Lo and behold, doing that enough landed us. It landed us with an opportunity to meet a producer by the name of Troy Taylor. Because my father and the artist Trey Songz's stepfather, they talked to each other. They used to play tennis together, and Trey's stepfather set up a meeting for my father, because he was bragging about his son. And then when they called me, I said, I have an R&B group, and so you're going to see both of us, And so we both went and we met Troy Taylor and we met Trey. And then, pretty much that was kind of like what we were doing. We were doing music together. We were having fun with it. And it was just something that always started in school, but we actually kept doing it, outside as well.
Yeah, we didn't really care about school like that.
No offense. So, and then from that aspect, Mo went a direction with fitness, and I went in the industry around that time. So I have some experience in the industry. And then after I got out of that industry, I went the corporate route, doing the regular 9-to-5 jobs. And then I ended up being I tried out for American Idol in season 14. I got to a certain level and I was like, let me do it as a living. So I worked at the corporate office LG. I started singing as a side hobby. And then it's my career now. So I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be long-winded, but.
No, that's actually good. It's actually good because I actually forgot about. Actually, I didn't forget about the Trey part, and I didn't forget about that because I remember going to the house. You remember seeing the plaques? You remember seeing the Tyrese plaques? And that
in the dirty basement. Yep.
The basement, the dirty basement.
Yeah.
But before we got to the basement, we saw the Sweet Lady plaque. We saw all the different plaques of Troy's.
Shout out to Troy Taylor.
Absolutely.
He's the producer, but he's also a singer and a vocal arranger.
Absolutely.
And he kind of helped me model my voice in that career. So all the plaques that Mo was mentioning is all the stuff that Troy either produced on or laid vocals on or both.
Absolutely. Yeah, he did. I remember Trey that day too, when we didn't know he was recording.
Yeah, he had like a whole T-shirt.
Yeah,
he had a T-shirt do-rag.
Yeah, T-shirt.
That's how you know you're from the hood, when you make it out of a T-shirt. Shout out to Trey and Hard Times.
Yeah, literally. Trey did have
Hard Times make the man.
Headband. T-shirt.
And the T-shirt had graffiti on it.
It did.
So a little shout out to Nelly. He actually had graffiti on the T-shirt. So it was like a homemade hood recipe shirt. So times was hard. We was all grinding.
Yeah, that was definitely college days. Yeah. It was crazy because we didn't know he was recording, and then all of a sudden he was hitting notes. We were like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was him.
Wow. That was him. But that's a little background, y'all. That's a little background. So to, let us let you know why we want to speak about, and I always talk about R&B anyway. We talk about this stuff. We've been doing this as kids, talking about it, talking about people and situations and everything. So we wanted to talk to you about it and just, record it. Start, putting out episodes and, doing what we do.
Yeah, man.
So, S.
Yes, sir.
My first question to you. As you know, Brandy and Monica are going on tour.
We'll see how long that lasts. They need that money, though, clearly.
Hey, why are you saying that, man? Hey, Brandy still got them 90s millions. You know those 90s millions is different than early 2000s, different than anything. Shout out to Momager. Shout out to Miss Norwood.
Shout out to Momager. Shout out to the vocal arranger behind the voices, Mr. Norwood.
Yeah, people don't know about that. But you know what's so crazy about it? Shout out to the Momagers. Shout out to the Momagers of the 90s, for real. Brandy's mom. Usher's mom.
Justin Timberlake.
Mom.
Alicia Keys.
Mom.
The list goes on.
Moms. And my boy Jason Weaver. Don't hate. I don't even want to do this.
The most smartest mom out of all of them, because she took a kid with no talent, and he continues to have a career to this day. Shout out to Mom Weaver.
Let me tell you how talented my man Jay Weave is for the haters in the background. This man, out of thousands of kids all over the world, gets the Michael Jackson movie, sings every song on the movie. One of the most iconic movies. Y'all know the Jackson 5 movie. That was Jason Weaver.
Make sure you mention the VH1 Jackson.
Everybody knows what I'm talking about.
Anybody
talking about flex? Anybody talking about flex? Anybody talking about flex? Anybody talking about flex with the dusty nose?
Ain't nobody got time for that.
And so we talk about young Jay Weave and the Jackson 5 VH1.
Yeah. Climb every mountain.
See? Exactly. That one. Yeah. And what else? What else the other one? What else he did? Lion King. He did Simba. Lion King, man.
He did
sung all them songs.
ATL.
He did ATL as well.
He did Wanna Roll With Me. He did that too.
You know, I love that with the peacoat.
Yep.
Fall Weather. Chingy.
Yeah.
So my point, Thea, the man, smart guy, actor, movies, singer. The solo career didn't go right. And the reason why the solo career didn't go right is because he was on Warner Brothers. If he wasn't on Warner Brother Records, you would have understood, he would have had more of a chance in the realms of, I truly believe he would have had more of a chance if he wasn't on Warner Brothers. Again, placement is everything, especially for child singers going into teens. But yeah, shout out to the momager of Jay Weaver because she didn't take the upfront $2 million that they were trying to give him for the Lion King, and they took the back end residuals. So he makes a couple of million every year to this day for that Lion King. Shout out to that momager.
To this day.
Exactly. But again, so we're going back with Brandy and Monica.
Okay.
Tour coming up.
Yes.
So we've had this talk for a while.
Okay.
And
you hear me, right?
I hear you. You hear me?
You're fine. I just want to make sure I'm not like loud or cutting in and out or something.
You're right.
Okay.
So, okay. We always got to go with, it's always been Brandy versus Monica. It's always been.
But has it?
My point is, women have debated to say, I'm Team Monica, I'm Team Brandy, I'm Team Miss. What team are you?
All right. So for the sake of this podcast, I will answer this question because I know you know the answer, but the world doesn't know the answer. So I am Team Brandy, strictly based on her vocal ability. This is the same woman that's been known as the vocal Bible. And this is the same woman that both artists that came out before her, during her time, and after have all been influenced by her ability to riff. So I have to go with Brandy And I never really was a fan of Monica. I do like her story though. She has a great story, you know. But when it comes to just singer performance, because they don't. And here's the crazy thing: Brandy actually dances. On top of that, you know, people don't want to acknowledge it,
true.
but you know, there was a time where, remember, the more we talk about our love, you know, she was with the harmonies too, but also accompanied it with a dance routine, you know. And this is when Kanye had that gritty sound, you know, the coming for your neck sound, you know, and so you got to give it to Brandy hands down. You know, I think Monica was better at networking because if you look at both of their careers, Brandy and her music, you know, she was always well respected. But the only thing I heard about Monica after a certain period of time in her career was just the guy she was dating. Am I lying? You know, so it was like she knew how to connect and network with other celebrities, but the music wasn't speaking loud enough. And by the time Monica wanted her music to mean something, she did a great job with So Gone, you know? And Missy, you know, that was a great comeback single, but this is the problem with Monica. She get too fucking wrapped up with dudes, you know? And then all of a sudden, we don't hear about her no more. But we do hear about her either being pregnant with a child or with some star, you know? So that's my rough outside looking in. But even if even if that wasn't Monica's story, she still can't see Brandy vocally, you know, and the real ones know that, you know, and this is not even a debate.
Could you say that
you know,
one more time?
because on Brandy's worst day, she can eat Monica's ass all the way up, you know, nothing left. The whole plate will be clean, you know, and so on her worst day, with no miracle tea, just rolled out the bitch, you know, and so. I don't know why we keep this conversation going on where it's clear Monica don't even like Brandy. We all know the story.
Yeah,
Brandy
she
got
her.
And it wasn't a slap.
No,
it was a fist.
She socked her. She socked
you
her
feel me?
Straight up before they were supposed to sing. They never met each other. They never met each other. It was on TRL, matter of fact. It was on TRL. They were about to sing live. Monica goes and socks Brandy.
Yeah.
Straight up. I just didn't like the way she was looking. That's what she said.
Bruh.
I didn't like the way she was.
And don't get me wrong. We have to understand this. Now, on the flip side, as hood as Monica was, on the flip side, Brandy had to go through a lot of humbling tests behind the scenes. You know? Like I said, we didn't know about that story till later. But that wasn't the only incident that Brandy got humbled. You know? Yeah. That's just the only one we know about. You know? Yeah. And because there was another interview where they were talking about her and she was like, you know, Brandy, you know, people look up to you so much. It's like, how do you stay humble? She's like, yeah, my mother taught me that, you know, throughout my career. I was like, that's a nice answer. But the truth is, you kept getting slapped up in the background, you know, and the mother didn't want you to keep going out like that because she wanted to make sure you need to learn how to act around people, too. Yes, you are talented, but you can't be coming around here with your nose stuck up, looking over people, you know, just because you're Brandy. You know what I'm saying? And this is the problem. Ray J started doing the same shit, you know? Just because he's Brandy's brother, you know? Let's act out, you know? So it's like Sonya had to pull Brandy's ass aside. Listen, this is how you need to carry yourself. You need to be friends with these other singers. Y'all gonna need each other eventually, you know? Build right relationships, you know what I'm saying? And I think, like I said, this is all opinions, guys. This is all opinion talk. I know I talk like I was in the same room as these people, but trust me, this is just my opinion, you know? But yeah, that's my take on it, you know, when it came to that whole, you know? So when I hear a new Brandy and Monica tour, I see two women that need the money, but they ain't going to be genuinely feeling each other. I think it'll be more of a business proposition.
Well, yeah, I hear you. I hear you on that. So what you did say is really interesting because on the outside looking in, to me, it's always been, Brandy has been very princess of R&B, you know, deemed as the princess of R&B, of, you know, to via, and I mean princess to Whitney Houston,
Mm-hmm.
queen of R&B, y'all. That's what I mean.
Yep.
So
Mm-hmm.
if we're putting queens out there, I'm just saying the princess to the queen of R&B, Whitney, right? At
Yep.
the time. So she was always princess and pristine, but Whitney was like a real one and she loved everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Brandy was really on that princess, oh, don't talk to me. I'm very secluded. The game is sharp, almost like a movie star. Almost like
Yeah.
a movie star, how she moved.
But she
Right?
could do. But she was because
But
she could
she,
act and sing. You know.
yes,
So she was like
she's not
crazy
wrong.
talent. She was ahead of her time. She didn't. She wasn't the prettiest, but she was ahead of her time.
She wasn't wrong. She wasn't wrong at all. Like she could do acting and sing. She had it, right? The triple threat, the dancing, all that.
Yeah.
So I hear that, and that's how I see it. And as far as Monica, so you
Yeah.
said, you didn't feel her music, and be honest with you, I didn't either. The
Now,
Stang
hey.
album,
Well,
but
hold
again,
up.
Monica was for the traumatic women, the young,
And the hood.
the
And the
hood.
hood.
That's what I'm talking about. The trauma.
Because George Washington Carver Center, right? Remember?
Monica's playing.
Monica was, bro, them first singles where she had the church shoes on with the little swoop joint.
That's Monica. That's the album.
Them two singles, hood crazy, hood anthem.
No, to this day, when I do my 90s R&B show on TikTok, they ask for these Monica songs with you and all these different songs on that first album, track 15.
Yeah.
Track 16, because they know the album. This is what I'm trying to say. All the traumatic trauma, I shouldn't have been with that dude, but you couldn't tell me nothing because I'm a woman anyway. Songs and energy, attitude, that's who Monica is. Monica represents the women that you couldn't tell nothing to.
The
And they
good
mess
girl
with that dude
that
anyway.
dates the
Dusty. Yeah.
the bad guy. She
Yeah.
was the spokesperson for the pretty, innocent looking girl, but she liked the
Yeah, Dante. You know what I mean?
But like she liked them
Yeah.
the ones that get locked up or shot on the street.
Yeah. The goons.
Like the real ones.
And that's, the heartbreaking pain of that. She spoke to those, those females. And to this day still speaks to those females, So that was her lane of, that's why her and Brandy, two different lanes. So when it crossed worlds, it was like one of the biggest songs, if not one of the biggest crossover R&B songs of all time, at least top five crossover R&B songs of all time. If we're not talking about Scrubs or anything like that, but it's probably maybe top 3, but definitely top 5 crossover R&B songs. I call it gentrified B songs of all time.
Yeah, because it was on TRL, heavy.
Oh,
as well.
Gentrified B. Yeah. Oh man.
100%.
They love this to this day. So, The Boy Is Mine, all that good stuff. Again, I'm Team Brandy as well. Vocally, her tonality. I mean, there's nothing you can do with her to this day, man.
To this day.
I mean, one of the
Hold up. Is the tour, because I remember Ray J got involved in this, but I'm still curious.
Ray J's the one that really pushed for it. Ray J was on podcasts talking about it. They need to do this for the culture and the team.
Who's the headliner?
That's what Ray J was talking about before. He said, there shouldn't be a headliner. They should do it just like you would do it. Like play song for songs. Like do 2, 2, 3, do 2, 2, 3, and then end off with The Boy Is Mine. You understand what I'm saying?
Ray J's smart.
He's a smart guy.
The reason why he's doing that, because he's trying to make it into like a verses, but they don't realize it's a verses.
Genius, man.
He's trying to make it like a verses because I remember him saying like in ways without saying it directly, he's like, really Brandy should be the head of that tour. And then it's featuring, because off the accolades alone, musically. But
hit for hit.
Like,
hit for hit.
Yeah.
Let's if we go hit for hit, after Monica's first album, what could she do with Brandy?
Oh, and we also notice the difference between why it makes a difference to have a good team supporting you, because they had 2 different teams. So if you have Brandy, who is known as the predecessor of Whitney, or the little princess version, or the daughter, musical daughter of Whitney, if that's kind of like how you're being looked at, guess what? You're going to have a good team as well. Because if Whitney rocks with you, she's also going to give you the tips of who to talk to, blah, 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 Just like Beyonce. Beyonce's team is immaculate. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nobody touching her team, What was Monica's team, though? That's what I'm curious about. Because she had the talent. The question is was the team trying to get her more into the studio and she wasn't trying to hear it because she still caught up with the Pookies and the Ray Rays, Or was he just not a strong team to begin with and didn't know what to do with her? That's what I'm curious about.
I think it was kind of hard to fit Monica. Monica kind of fit into her own groove. Like, you couldn't make her so princessy. That's just not her. But she was a young girl. But she had the look. Yes, but she was a young girl from around the way.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like just let her sing in like rock. Cause it was like,
and that's why Whitney liked her, because she saw the hood.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, I'm from Newark.
She's like, I can make this work. Whitney's like, I can make this work.
It's like, I see what you're doing. But I get it all, Yeah.
But she's more of a Mary J image. But she couldn't be branded as Mary J because nobody really sung like Mary J. Mary J's an outlier of vocally. Mary J's just, again, she spoke to the traumatic ladies too. Yeah.
It just hit me while you were talking. They were trying to market Monica to look older.
That's the
because
thing.
she had an older sound, So they're like, let's dress her up like a mature woman. But whoever was her stylist definitely should have been fired, But apart from that, I think that was the idea, present her older, But it's like, but that's not your demographic.
Let's go deeper into this. Audience. Let's go deeper into this because you're hitting on something. So let's go on this point at this time. So what we going at? That was 94, 95? 1995?
I don't know. I'm bad with dates.
Well, okay, 95. Okay, let's go with that Brandy album, that first Brandy album, Sitting in My Room, all that stuff, right? And then that first Monica album. I'm not even talking about Angel of Mine. I'm not talking about all of that. I'm talking about the first albums.
Brandy's first album, Best Friend, right?
Best Friend.
I Want to Be Down.
I Want to Be Down.
Yeah.
So I'm talking about, that's 95, right? Let's go with that. Yeah. So at that time, Brandy, Monica, Tevin Campbell, Usher, Aaliyah.
Usher before he found his voice.
That was just the first album with Diddy, and you know what I mean? That's the, Think of You album, right? That's how
that was I Survived.
Well, that
should have been the title. I Survived.
That was the Jodeci made Dalvin and like Donnell Jones produced songs. Those are grown men. They were trying to give him a grown man image, and he's a kid. He's not. It just wasn't the time. Timing is everything, right? And that's like we said, placement is everything as well. So I'm just going with those five because that was the young guns at the time.
Can you say those five again?
I'm going to say the five one more time. So I'm going to go with Brandy, Monica. Usher.
You said Usher.
Yep. Tevin Campbell. Aaliyah.
Okay, so it's funny, right? Out of all those names, the two artists that were marketed older and ahead of their time when they were really young, those were the two artists that failed. But everybody else that was marketed as a younger image because of their look, because of the sound of their voice, had longevity. Because they knew how to market to the young audience. But when you have a young person so talented ahead of their time vocally, it's like, what do we do with this? Oh, she sounds old. Let's just put her in that direction. But them old folks ain't going to pay for those albums unless it's for their children. And if the children ain't rocking with it.
At the time. So at that time, the hottest two out.
So I meant Usher, right? I said, and then when I said this, I meant Usher and Monica. Those
Usher
they were
and Monica failed at that time.
Yeah, those. But Usher, clearly he made the comeback and he had his career, but just at that time, those were the two they were trying to market as older, and both, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, Usher's album failed, but he learned from that and then got his shit together with his team and stuff. But Monica, her album did decent, but there was no longevity, right?
It wasn't, but again, it's one of those things like a bootleg back then, like a bootleg movie, right? It still stands the test of time to the hood,
Yeah,
to the ladies that it responds to this day. It still rings bells that don't take it personal, that don't
that's
take
true.
a personal song. You know, there's a
Yeah.
couple of songs on there, and I'm not even going to the second Angel of Mine album. Just keep it to the first album. But
Yeah.
to me, the strongest three
Yeah.
were Tevin, Aaliyah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Aaliyah messed up everything because Aaliyah really messed up Monica at the time. Aaliyah had
Yeah.
it all. Aaliyah had it all. Staying power. That if Aaliyah was alive today, Aaliyah still would be rocking, doing movies and everything like that. We be talking about. I ain't gonna say that right now, but
Okay.
I'll leave it alone. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave it alone. Shout out to B.
There it is.
No, timing
Say
is
less.
timing is everything. Timing is everything. And you know what?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, Aaliyah, I miss you, girl. So
Yeah. Rest in peace.
Tevin at the
Aaliyah.
10. Exactly. Tevin Campbell. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Like, there was nothing you can do with that guy. There was nothing you can do at that time with him.
Yeah. Outsing your female artist and outsing your male artist. Both.
Absolutely. And Tevin Campbell, honestly, y'all, like, the only thing that could stop Tevin Campbell was
It's Tevin Campbell.
Tevin Campbell and his production and his people. And
Yeah.
because supposedly they weren't putting his music out when he came back and was doing Ready for the World and all those different things. He said they just weren't pushing me. He was like, I'm confused why. He was just confused.
I remember
why.
that. He had the best hairstyle out that time. Literally the best hairstyle.
And I was like, okay, this is gonna be it. This is gonna be the album. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is gonna be it. He's like, they weren't pushing it. It wasn't like nothing changed vocally. Again, y'all, teams matter. And shout out, and what happened with Usher is Usher moved away from that bad boy experiment.
Yeah.
Voice change, you know, I forgot his name. L.A. Reid was gonna get rid of him.
Yeah.
But, you know, he gave him this shot with JD because he's like, JD works with kids. See if you can work with this guy. And sure enough, it hit. JD and Usher, ATL sound. He said, who do you want to be like? He said, I want to be like the next Bobby Brown. He's like, Bobby? If you want to be like Bobby, you're going to have to work.
Yeah.
Bobby actually let go of his spot because Bobby was out there with Whitney.
Yeah.
And he took a back seat and took care of his daughter. He said he wanted to take care of, you know, be the man in the house. He took a step back. And I think there was more to do with Whitney's team and everything too, not wanting him around, being that bad boy of R&B type of person with Whitney. It was a little deeper than that. But as far as Bobby says, in my mind, I think it was deeper than that, but I could be wrong.
Listen, if I talk about the deepness behind that whole Bobby and Whitney situation, we would for sure get canceled.
That's why I'm not going to do it. We're not going to do it the first episode. Yeah. You know, we're not going to do it this pilot episode. So,
but if you know, you know.
Again, y'all, you know, at the time with those kids, I'm going with Tevin and Aaliyah taking it from me. Brandy but to me, Brandy's album was flawless. But again, she was almost on the Princess. It was different. Like she was in a section where it was fail-proof. She had everything right. There was nothing. She was doing movies. She's up there. It was going to be different with Brandy. Aaliyah's sound was totally different. Her style was different. She wasn't trying to be that.
Yeah.
To me, I'm going to say this. To me, Aaliyah was more like that grungy, like R&B that was coming. That flavor R&B, you know, that flow. Age ain't nothing but a number, you know? It was different.
Mm.
It was a different sound.
Why don't
It wasn't popish.
Why don't you just say what you want to say?
I know you ain't gonna say it.
Because I'll say it, because
R.
when you
Kelly
think of
was all over
Aaliyah,
it.
thank you.
R.
So
Kelly
that's
was all
what we
over that
really
sound.
he groomed her into the artist that she was. All right, and her foundation as an artist started with a real bad sexual perverted relationship with R. Kelly.
Crazy.
Okay.
So again, shout out to Aaliyah because she revamped her image and her team and ended up getting Timberland, Missy, Genuine, that crew.
Yeah.
And Timberland got that sound different and Missy got the sound different as well. And
yeah,
just shows, how great Aaliyah was too with, being coachable and just going flows and different sounds. It's not easy.
But you know what? Going back to what you said about the right team, because the right team is going to make the right choices, And so whoever was the genius that said Usher needs to leave, Diddy and go to JD and some magic might happen, you know what I'm saying? Or whoever was the genius, right? That
was L.A. Reid.
L.A. Reid. So he was the guy that saw it and he was the playmaker.
He switched it up. He was
the playmaker. But what were we just talking about? The person that went from this person to that person.
Oh, we talking about Aaliyah?
Aaliyah. So Aaliyah literally left the dungeon of perversion, and then at the end of that, they're like, all right, this woman is different now because she's been groomed differently, but she is crazy talented, because in the midst of that grooming, Aaliyah's getting all the tips and tricks on how to make hits.
Oh yeah,
because think about it, she didn't have the strong voice, but R. Kelly gave her all the tips and tricks, and this is how we know R. Kelly didn't only focus on her vocally; he focused on her image. He focused on how she should act around people. He focused on the interviewing skills.
Yeah.
He focused on the acting. It's like, because at the end of the day, it's like you can't tell me that R. Kelly did not have his hand on why Aaliyah moves the way she did.
Oh yeah, I mean, graceful. I mean, I'm serious about that. Like there was a movement of her that was not necessarily open to the public. It was more standoff. She had a thing about her.
Yeah.
And it was a very mature thing. She was young.
And she was laid back. She was chill. So she gave the vibe that, that you could be relaxed around her. But here's the cool thing about it is her personality matched her voice, And what happened was when they moved her over to Timberland, those people, that camp, the beat making was dominant, and they'd have all these talented songwriters, and they were phenomenal singers, but they had to learn how to sing within the beat, because you can't go against a Timberland beat,
can't.
Because he has way too many things that's keeping the rhythm going, the movement, the emotion, the feel. He really does incorporate that all in his track. All you got to do is know how to ride the beat.
Yeah,
and I think pretty much out of all the artists I think Aaliyah was one of the first artists that kind of set the mark on how to ride the beat, Then you started seeing Timberland have chemistry, not with a lot of people after that, just a few, because Justin Timberlake was another person that has a great chemistry with Timberland.
Oh wow, great chemistry. You're right.
So, but the thing is like if you really look at all the artists that Timberland was pushing, Missy was another one. So there's a handful of people. Even though Timberland has worked with literally probably hundreds and thousands of people, but there really was Genuine another one, and the Genuine one was pretty interesting because Genuine wasn't that singer to ride the beat. No. You could tell the way he sang, he didn't want to ride the beat. He wanted to just destroy that song with his vocals, because he'd be in that studio like, all that, and that is not saying I want to ride the beat. That's saying like I'm gonna be Jodeci on this beat. That's what that is saying.
That's exactly what it was saying. That's exactly what it was saying.
Yeah, and I think that's why Timberland was able to, to work with that. Well, actually, look at Genuine. He came out of the Jodeci camp. Literally, he was part of Devontae's songwriting camp. So
actually, all three of them were.
Yeah. Missy, and
Genuine was there too, singing backgrounds and different things. Yeah, he said he was hungry. He said they were hungry, man, like really, really hungry. So they didn't realize what was going on or anything. Once Pony was hit, once Pony hit, I think Pony was supposed to go to somebody else. Something happened, but he's like, yo, what is that beat right there? He's like,
yeah. Well,
like
shout out to Static. Shout out to Static.
Major.
He doesn't get enough credit, and rest in peace to Static. It's such a tragic story, but he was part of that camp.
Yes, he was. And,
so he was. Yeah, go ahead.
No, please say it because you're going to say it. I was going to ask you the question. You're going to say it. I heard it.
Okay, so he was part of the group Playa.
Thank you.
And so Playa was three guys, which wasn't very common, I think, around that time. The three-guy thing, I'm not sure. I can't remember.
I don't think no.
Two people,
girls,
probably.
Three girl groups.
But not three
two
people,
guys,
right?
2 guys, 4 or 5 guys.
Yeah.
That was the format.
So the thing, it's so crazy, and this is another guy that don't get credit for grooming people, Devontae. Because they came from Devontae, and then when they left Devontae, when I say they left, I mean Playa, I mean Missy Elliott, I mean Genuine, and there's some other people there that I'm not thinking about. But Devontae not only helped because think about it, Devontae had people with all different type of talents and different type of tones and different type of visions and different type of skill sets, and he literally had to take all those people and put the pieces of the puzzle together, And as he's putting the pieces of the puzzle together, each person is starting to know their strength, So he's putting the pieces of the puzzle. Genuine is starting to figure out what he sounds good on. Missy Elliott is starting to figure out how she can use her songwriting and how she can use her voice and her ability to come up with them quickly, how she can apply that when she gets out there. And then Static and all them cats. Static was a fucking beast, because he wrote, he vocal arranged, and he can outsing everybody there, And so he was just a monster in the making, And that's why later on in his career, when he started getting it, around that time, the Lollipop, the Lil Wayne joint, when he got that, he was coming after everybody. He's like, I got the formula now. Now I know how to take all y'all out. The problem is he kept talking about it,
He did, because he knew it was over. He knew it was a wrap.
But that was the problem. Everybody else he called out, they also knew it was a rap, So when you have two people knowing it, and you have egos, and you have protect my career and my longevity, and you have the mob, let me shut up. Anyway, moving on. I apologize. Sorry.
I actually like that you brought up. Shout out to Devontae.
Yeah.
I'm very happy that you brought him up because I want to talk about Jodeci.
Okay.
I want to talk about Jodeci and I want to talk about that sound. But before we even talk about Jodeci, since we're giving flowers to somebody, I wanted to give flowers to the person that's not really talked about that merged hip hop and R&B together so much more than we can actually ever really imagine. A pioneer of R&B with hip hop. And the reason why I said I'm happy you brought up Devontae and Jodeci, because this person I'm talking about is Heavy D.
Do your research.
Uptown Records, Heavy D. Ladies and gentlemen, there's
the only artist to be on the track with Michael and Janet Jackson at the same time. No other artist can say that.
Thank you. I knew you were going to say it for me. All Right with Janet Jackson. Jam with Michael Jackson. Brought us Candy Rain. He brought us Soul For Real.
We came here to party tonight.
Exactly. What? Heavy D and The Boys.
Yeah.
The Boys.
Yeah.
Dial My Heart. Oh my goodness. Heavy D has probably, I'm going to go with Heavy D has a top 5 party song of all time. Now That We Found Love is one of the biggest crossovers, one of the biggest crossover songs of all time. And I don't care what nobody says, clock me on it. I dare you. I play Heavy D's song right now. people go crazy. I don't care where I am.
Oh man!
Now that we found love,
that song was ahead of its time. That song was ahead of its time. He saw the vision.
You see what I'm talking about? The people he had on it, Aaron Hall in the background, just singing notes for notes, just going crazy in the background. It's one of the most perfectly done songs. Perfectly done songs. R&B, and I'm talking about R&B and hip hop of all time.
And you know what's interesting too? You said he blended hip hop and R&B. Now with that single too, he also blended the Vogue sound. You know, for the gay community. You know, voguing.
Yeah.
Because when you listen to the bump, 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 you know that whole. I don't know if it was a synth or a horn.
It is.
Yeah.
You can hear it.
Yeah. You can hear it, and it's like so he was really touching another market as well too. You know,
it is. It's runway. It's everything.
Correct.
You can drop that sound anywhere. I could play it anywhere, and people have the same feeling every time. I haven't heard one person ever hate on it. I've never heard one person say I don't like that song. Never. Tells me everything I need to know about it. Heavy D, Uptown Records. The reason why we have Jodeci today was because of Heavy D. Jodeci was out there singing their hearts out to an A&R, saying that, man, rest in power, not L.A. Reid, I forgot the guy's name, Harrell.
Andre Harrell.
Andre Harrell wasn't going to feel their sound, blah, blah, blah. Heavy D walked by. Then he put his head in and was like, oh, what's that?
Yeah.
And then they kept singing. He's like, hold on for a second. Went to go get Andre Harrell. Game is over. This man's responsible for a lot of people. Diddy's, all that stuff. Diddy says it. That he used to see Heavy D and how he moved in Mount Vernon. How he moved. His style is dancing. So everything. You can look at it. You can look how Biggie's dressed.
He laid the blueprint for a lot of style.
Heavy D is the style of the hip hop R&B merge era.
Yeah, is it good to you? Yeah,
you hear it?
Yeah.
Oh, without feeling if I rub
now I hear Bobby Brown when I hear that song.
You see what I'm saying?
You know, he birthed a lot.
It was a hybrid of New Jack Swing. It was a little different. It was a New Jack Swing with some little R&B funk soul.
Yeah.
It was a hybrid. We was changing. We were getting out of that New Jack Swing era.
You know what's interesting? That New Jack Swing area was huge.
It was huge, man.
Because there was the females that had a certain in that New Jack Swing era, they had a sound for females, the Miss Pebbles, the Karen Whites, you know, that whole era.
Shout out to them.
But the dudes was hitting just as hard, if not a little harder, because then there was the Bobby Brown, there was, you know, like the New Jack Swing sound, and then there was different versions of it as the years passed. They would just kind of modify it or add to it, you know? It took a while for people to get out of the New Jack Swing era onto the next, you know?
When do you think New Jack Swing era, in my mind, I'm sorry, I'm very good with numbers because I remember placements. So I remember Bobby Brown 88, 87, 88. Because that was the album. Bobby Brown, light skin Avenger, doo-wop, I'll be sure, and Guy.
Yeah,
albums came out around that same time, and New Edition Heartbreak album. Those were the 4 albums. That was that summer. I think it's 88. And I was young, and I remember that sound. But I remember that sound as a kid. I remember that sound.
You were
that
5.
Bobby Brown, I had to be,
right?
Because yes, because Bobby Brown. I remember that. What was it? Boom, 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 boom. No, that was after. No, Every Little Step I Take. Yes, that was the album, the Don't Be Cruel album.
Yeah, but we weren't that young. Were we really that young?
Had to be 88.
Dang, man, that just tells you how many legs that album really carried.
Do you understand how much songs it was? Do you understand how much he wrote that album? He had hit after that whole album was cover to cover. The whole album. Think about that whole album was cover to cover. My Prerogative, and when My Prerogative came out, it was a rap.
Man, and there was Tenderoni.
Well, that My Prerogative changed the new edition, that Any Heartbreak tour to the Bobby Brown tour.
Yeah.
That My Prerogative song was a rap.
Oh yeah. That was Bobby's tour.
It turned into it. Albie ended up leaving, and then New Edition had to relent, man. They had to. There was nothing they could do.
Yeah, because you just couldn't stop him.
Well, think about it. He knew all everything of what they were going to do, and you try to put him out there first.
Yeah,
that was actually a mistake.
Yeah, but like, it's
what
just
you could
crazy
you do?
how...
What could you do though? Yeah, there's nothing you could really do.
And not only that, you got a dude, right, that's so competitive and is so coming for your throat every single, and he has a crew that will fight you at the same time, and it's just kind of like, so just in case you want to pull some like behind the stage, I got something for that too.
Well, think about it this too. New Edition was very structured. The dancing, everything was. Bobby could actually go do what he wanted to do.
Bobby had ADD. He was an ADHD type cat because he's like, all right, this is boring. What's the next thing? Like, because he could do it too easy.
It's too good. Too easy.
Hence, when you seen him solo, you were like, fuck. And it's like, yeah, that's the same dude that you thought was the weakest link in New Edition. Correct.
He wasn't. He just didn't want to do that same thing again and again.
And they also hated on him because he was dark skinned. I said it. Sue me.
Do you think? Come on, man.
Yep.
But they got Johnny. Don't say nothing. Don't leave Johnny alone.
Because Johnny looked decent. Bobby looked like a nigga, and he was dark skinned, and they hated on that shit. And Johnny Gill was the dark skinned cat that didn't look hood. He was a country boy, right? So he had a very innocent vibe with him, but he sounded like he literally just came from church, So it's like he had more of those qualities that it's like, oh, I could work with this. On top of the fact that the members can handle Johnny Gill. But Bobby Brown was that dude, man. Like,
you couldn't tell Bobby nothing. Bobby knew what he was going to do. You're right.
I think the reason why we like Bobby Brown so much, I have my personal reasons, you have your reasons, but like when you really think about it, he really did whatever the hell he wanted.
That's what it was.
And he dealt with the consequences that came with that too, and kept moving at the same time.
That's what it was.
Where the stuff that he went through, he shouldn't have continued to do music.
Yeah, there's no way.
He shouldn't have continued to, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he should have, there was no way, how?
Did you hear how Babyface wanted to work with this guy? Babyface heard
with Bobby?
Him. Yes. Babyface heard him on the radio, and he was singing that first album song, which didn't do well because he was trying to find his footing and stuff without the guy's girlfriend.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And he was trying to sing in there, and he was trying to hit these high notes and singing and stuff like that. And he ended up cracking on there.
Yeah.
Live cracking. And he was like, sucked his teeth. He was like, I didn't want to sing that song, no way. He was like,
that's what I'm talking about.
Yo.
That's what I wish I had that fucking swag when I cracked in front of people, man.
Babyface was like,
he saw that.
I can work with this dude. He heard him on the radio. He was like, nah. I gotta work with this dude. Think about it like that.
Oh man, it's just something about people that can operate in chaos. That's just something special,
like straight up
chaos. Whether they cause it or whether they're at the wrong place at the wrong time, and they still can make lemonade out of lemons. You know what I'm saying?
Mean, really tear it down. Shout out to Bobby Brown, the king,
the living legend,
king.
Yeah, the king of R&B.
King of R&B, y'all. Remember, remember with my boys. Everybody's Got a Mic podcast. We had the our Mount Rushmores up there, and people got really upset when we brought up Bobby Brown.
Who's people? Who's people? Is it who I think it is?
No,
or are you just trying to?
No, people got upset, meaning the internet.
Okay, cool.
The internet. That's what I meant. They got very upset about. No, I ain't talking about. I'm not talking about.
Okay.
I ain't talking
about. Okay. Now, just you already know. So we're not even gonna go there. So yeah.
We're not gonna do this. But I do want to talk
Yeah.
about 3 R&B groups. So
Okay.
I'm going into 96, 97, whatever, 98, high schoolish, middle school, high schoolish, whatever you want to call it.
I feel bad, man.
Wow.
Next episode, we're going to talk. I need to do a lot more research.
No, you don't need to do research. I'm just very good with numbers because I do R&B all the time, DJing. So I kind of know. I know.
But I want to.
The head. I know where placements are and people are in timelines. I just know because people try to throw in 2080 songs. I'm like, that was 88. That was 2000 something. And I'm like, dang, how do I even know that? So that's something weird on my end.
That's not weird. That's a great thing. It's just
it's a chronological thing that's kind of.
I want to bring more facts out of my mouth, and less opinions.
You are bringing actually facts, and you're making people think. So that's a good thing.
Yeah, well, you will think outside the box when we talk R&B, because there's a very dark side to R&B as well. So yeah.
So we're going 96, 97, 98. The reason why I'm talking about that is that summer I remember that Only You song coming out from 112.
Yeah.
So we got 112, Jagged Edge, Dru Hill.
Yeah.
Right? So we got those 3 R&B groups.
Mm-hmm.
For you, who takes the number 1 spot?
Dru Hill, Jagged Edge, and 112?
Yes.
So I have to think about where I was at during that time, too, as well. And then I have to think about where I'm at now. Because I appreciate different things, what I did back then to what I do now. And so 112, and then Jagged Edge, 112, Jagged Edge, and I keep forgetting. What was the other one?
Dru Hill.
Dru Hill. All right, so
I know.
Damn.
I know. Because I'm going into songs, I'm going into albums. My brain goes deep into that.
Well, Dru Hill. Not only because we,
let's just say that first.
Let's just be honest, and it's not only because we grew up with them, it's because they literally had that many anthems, and they kept going, and I love Jagged Edge's run too because they have anthems too. I just think Dru Hill had more. That was the only thing, when it came to the hood love, I had to give it to Jagged Edge because I think they appealed more to that community. But I will say Dru Hill appealed to that community and the crossover community as well. And 112, they were very niche. They're very niche,
A pocket. They were in a pocket.
They're very niche. They had a certain audience, and they stayed in that pocket, They also appealed to the more of the black community and the hood community. It's just that when you're comparing groups that had more hits on radio play and TV, I have to give it to Dru Hill. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. I mean, 112 was 112 was Bad Boy, Diddy. Jagged Edge was Jermaine Dupri's
yes, he was
project.
Deaf.
And
Dru Hill was Baltimore, B-more. They were.
But who were they tied to? I was trying to think.
They had their own type of thing. It was. Let me see. I want to say era stuff, but it's not. It's not.
But not only the label, but who's the person behind it? And that's what I'm trying to.
I remember this story was interesting. It wasn't something that was. It was strange how they got put on. It's not a person I can remember.
Because I want to say somebody that that worked with Jodeci. I would say, is it somebody that worked with Jodeci that may have worked with Dru Hill, because Dru Hill was just another version of Jodeci.
This is my question.
Literally,
that was my question to you. Did they take over the Jodeci realm like that? No. I mean, for that time, from that 90s, 97
they were Jodeci.
The fix. Yeah. I mean, that fix that you need. Yeah. You know what I mean? That hit of Jodeci.
Yeah. If you missed the Jodeci era, Dru Hill made up for it.
Got it.
And Dru Hill would have led you back to Jodeci. They would have caused you to do research on Jodeci because Cisco freaking took his ad libs, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it took KC's.
And they had the fat dude as well, you know,
Cisco
and they were
and
the both
KC
dominant singers, you know. And so it's like the only thing that was different between them is the fact that they weren't related. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But it was the
Jazz
same
and
dynamic.
JoJo.
Yeah, same respect, for each other. They both talked highly of each other.
Yeah.
Casey talked highly about JoJo. Cisco talked highly about Jazz. In his eyes, Cisco was like he's the second best singer over everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like they really, and that's what I respect. They both had that. Even though we're coming at people's necks, we're also big in we all are telling ourselves like, yo, you eat this cat up. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, go ahead. They had that type of camaraderie, and that's what I respected. I want to know who was the guy that connected the dots with Dru Hill. And this is why I say I want to know certain things before you say it, so I can do my research, so I can give you the exact name. It could be a random European guy.
I'm definitely going to find it.
We don't know.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to find out.
But because the formula is very similar, so it had to be somebody that had to work with Dru Hill,
Do you think Dru Hill had more radio success over those three? I mean, two other groups, Jagged Edge and
definitely,
and
because like I said, they crossed over. Out of those groups, they were the group that actually crossed over more successful. So by default, they had more radio play.
Yeah.
Any group that had black people and white people singing had more radio play by default.
Yeah. I'm thinking about radio hits, hits, Where the Party At, Jagged Edge with Nelly.
Yeah.
Where
Promises.
Yeah.
It's promise.
And people love that to this day. Let's Get Married, the first version.
Let's Get Married.
And the remix.
And the remix, yep.
But Dru Hill at the same time, and that's a Jermaine Dupri remix, that Let's Get Married remix.
Of course.
With, Jermaine Dupri. And he did Sleeping in My Bed remix.
Mm-hmm. On that little old MPC with the floppy disk. Yep.
And fun fact is, Cisco did that remix. The guys weren't there. So they ended up coming to town. And Cisco came to the studio, came to JD's house. And he's like, yo, I think I got this here for you. You guys, but when everybody else comes in, you guys can sing it. He's like, I don't need them. I got it. And all of a sudden, he was like, what? He's like, no, I don't need them. I got it. Knocked it out.
Yeah. Yeah.
They came in and did the stuff after, but he knocked everything out there. But what ended up happening is Usher and what's his name?
Oh, and real quick, just like Cisco went out and laid out that remix, what was the song that Dru Hill did where Nokia laid it down first?
Yes.
All the harmonies, all the layers, all that shit. And then they sung on top of his shit.
Sung on top of Nokia's.
What was that fucking song? Oh my God. Because I remember it. And Cisco was just like, he did all that shit. And I'm trying to think, was it Beauty? Was it, so they both, Cisco wasn't the only cat that can do that. You know, it was the weird light skinned cat, the baby Devante of that group.
Yes.
He also was that dude too.
It's so true.
Yeah, they both had them light skinned cats just doing buffoonery, literally, and they got away with it because they knew that they can get away with it.
I do think that overall Dru Hill takes it. I do. And I'm a 112 fan because I know the albums, I'm hearing the albums, but you know what? They were for a certain genre of people.
And I will say this too.
But Peaches and Cream was a crossover. Good for them. But yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. And me personally, I'm not trying to shout out my accolades or anything. No. But I've worked with Q Parker from 112.
Oh yes, right. Please talk about that. Yeah.
So there was a time where, shout out to Antoine Hart. We had a little bit of a team and we were doing some songs together, and we had this song where it's crazy too because it'll never be released. But it's a song called Best Night, and within Antoine's people shopping it eventually got Q Parker's attention from 112, and so he came to the studio and he was so happy because he was like, listen, we usually have to write it and lay this down and stuff. It's like, y'all did all the work, so this is easy for me. I like this stuff. And he laid the vocals down, and he laid it immaculate, you know. And it reminded me of, once again, that damn dark skin freaking racism, you know, because it was like Q Parker didn't get the best parts. You feel me? And he was the most dominant singer, you know what I'm saying? And he could eat all those cats up. And the fucking tall guy that hit the bass notes can do the same thing. Eat all them cats up, you know?
He was no joke.
But, you know, so it's like, from firsthand experience, it's like 112 vocally is really them. You know what I'm saying?
I think yes, all of that can get
just
down.
Adding to the fact that you're a fan, it's like, but seeing it in person, it's like, yeah, man, he's not a game. He really is.
Real deal. They're the real deal. Like if you hear the first album,
yeah,
like those dudes, man, and they all had parts. It was like there was no lead singer.
Oh, and that's why Day 26 was a version of 112.
Yes, they were.
Just dawned on me.
Yes, they were.
And that's why Brian Michael Cox said some of his best work that he did with R&B was the stuff that he did with Day 26, and it didn't get enough credit.
Did you hear that album?
It was the same thing, like you know what I'm saying? Like you said, I didn't hear that
was,
album, but there was like so many hits.
The album was beautiful, man.
I have to re-listen to it.
I mean, I can sing you the songs I want you to hear. Dude, listen.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's crazy.
I wish I could play it right now, but we won't. You know how YouTube will do. YouTube will do us wrong and strike us. But I mean, those dudes, it was some beautiful work.
Yeah.
Brian Michael Cox, yes. And it was some Brian Michael Cox songs. Unbelievable.
And even the women too. What's that song? If you hear me, and
the girls like them too.
Come together.
They messed up.
Out the tile. You know, like that was crazy.
They had a chance. There's no reason why. There's no reason why. It's no reason why Danny Kane shouldn't be out right now still doing it. There's no reason. They had it. They had it.
They're with the wrong team.
True. But they needed somebody to manage those egos too. They needed somebody to manage those egos and say, listen, y'all got an opportunity. Y'all can actually outlast the test of time of groups.
Yeah, because they were so good together.
Oh my goodness.
Not a lot of groups is like just
all they have to do
talent
is say, no matter what, we're gonna stick together. If they did that, it'll be a whole lot different. And
but Dawn was there, so that never was gonna happen. Dawn.
I know you're talking about.
Yeah.
I didn't want to say anything.
Yep. It was Dawn, yeah.
I didn't want to say anything. I know what you meant.
I'm not talking about she was the whole reason. I'm just saying that they wouldn't have stayed together as long as Dawn was there.
Regardless.
Her ass was going to go solo real quick, you know? Because that's where she was at.
I know.
You know? And now look at the fruit of that, though. You know, she, Yeah, just certain people. Just because you think you could go solo don't mean it's going to work out for you, you know?
Yeah, I hear you with that. So shout out to.
She was dope, though.
Yeah, shout out to the people.
She's dope.
Speaking of the people that went solo and it didn't work out for them, but was talented, was really talented.
Yeah, wrong song, wrong team, and whatever it was, but don't take away from their talent.
Right? So that person, those people, shout out to Rest in Power, Tony Thompson.
Yeah.
Tony Thompson.
The new version of Frankie Valli. Which is sad because he went out like him too.
Yes, he did. Tony Thompson, Frankie Valli.
There's always an artist that they follow. They always follow an artist. It's always an artist that they go to birth anybody, you know?
Shout out to that group. Shout out to that group, High Five. My goodness.
Yeah.
That group was amazing in the early 90s. I mean, pretty much one of the biggest summer anthems still. I Like the Way. Kissing Game.
Yeah.
Kissing Game for R&B.
And crazy thing is that was kind of overlooked because there were so many good groups releasing songs in that same time. Where it was like we were kind of used to this being the standard, you know, like this is what we expected, you know, so we were happy.
Think about that.
But the competition was so fierce.
And they had the song written by R. Kelly, Quality Time. They had some songs, man. And Tony
yeah.
Thompson was up there singing.
Mhm.
Singing. That he was the guy. He was
the guy.
Like for real. And you know, again, management teams, money, signing the wrong contracts.
Oh, shout out to Mark Nelson.
I was gonna go to him too.
Another guy.
Mr. 15 Minutes.
Yeah.
As Yet.
All I needed. All
Yep.
I need is.
Would you call him the lead singer of As Yet?
I call him the lead singer that they chose. Yo, all
That's
them
very
niggas was
good.
lead singers. All them niggas was lead
That's the group.
singers.
Yeah, As Yet. Everybody on
Yeah,
that
bro.
team of As Yet, that group could sing.
Yeah,
As Yet.
bro. And
Absolutely.
yeah, they had, and they, all them niggas could have been lead singers.
So what
bro,
about
at
Mark?
the end of the day?
What about Mark Nelson? Did you hear about him being in Boyz II Men?
It wouldn't surprise me.
So Mark Nelson supposedly was in Boyz II Men when they were first starting, but they got rid of him.
Yeah.
So,
I'm not surprised.
but you can hear it. You can definitely hear it. But you know,
He'd be perfect for Boyz II
Boyz II
Men.
Men. Oh,
Perfect.
he's perfect for them.
Perfect.
But, you know, I can see him and Wanye not getting. I can see. Yeah.
Nah, they wouldn't be able to coexist
I don't
with
see
each other.
him and Wanye getting along. I don't see Mark
Nah.
Nelson and the Wanye Morris. And I apologize, Wanye, if I'm talking about. I don't mean that in any
No, you're not
disrespectful
talking
way.
bad. No,
But
you're not
I
talking
know,
bad.
you know, music energies and
Yeah.
egos. There's
Egos?
no way. There's
Yeah.
no way.
Nah.
The way you
But I'm
riff
the
into
bro,
and the way
bro.
Mark Nelson is.
I would have done the same thing. I would have done the same thing.
Somebody's
Whenever we
gotta
would have
go.
showed up,
Somebody's gotta go.
whenever we got together, it was on-site vocally. That would have been my mentality. On-site vocally
They
every
probably
single
could
time.
never get no work done. It's no possible way.
Or you'll get some of the greatest work done, but never get a second album,
It's true.
which is what happened. But the thing is, they didn't have a great album.
The As Yet? Come on, man. No, the
Yeah.
As Yet album was good, man.
I got to listen to it again, but I
3
wasn't
songs.
impressed.
3 songs.
Okay, so that's not a great album then. Come on now.
Hard to say I'm sorry.
Yeah, great cover.
It was.
Last night.
Last night.
And what's the other one? I'll wait. Okay.
I'll make it
So
up
like
to
I said.
you. I'll make it up to you. I know it. Sorry, guys. I know it As Yet. I'm sorry. You know I know it. I know the song, guys. But he's right. So, okay. Babyface, shout out to Babyface. I think that was a...
Listen, if that album was weak, and it shouldn't have been weak, you know? And so it was very mid, you
and
know?
that
So my
first
thing
song
is,
was amazing. Like, it came
it
out
didn't make
too
sense.
well.
It didn't make
It
sense for
was
you to have
one of
those
the
two singles.
Best. It
And
was
then-
2 of the best songs vocally we ever heard, even a cappella wise. There was no reason for them guys to fail. There was no...
And you know what? To this day, not a lot of singers can sing that song. To this day.
Oh, no, you're right. To this
It's
day.
not a song. You got to be a real singer if you want to pull out an As Yet Last Night or their version of, you know, the cover that they did for Pete Katera. What was it called again?
Yes. Hard to say I'm sorry.
Hard to say I'm sorry. That one.
So...
They weren't that group where you're like, let's do this group for karaoke. Like, you're
but-
not going to do an As Yet song. you know?
Was Guy?
Yeah, Guy, big time. You could do karaoke.
Yeah, you could.
You know,
You
big
could.
time.
You could do Guy
Big
karaoke.
time.
Aaron Hall's
Yeah.
parts, though, were very complex.
Yeah.
Very
But you could,
But you
a
could
drunk,
still...
a drunk person that sang in church can
can get it.
kind of, you know,
Yeah.
kind of get through it, you know?
But their choruses and everything was very well done. Teddy Riley, shout out
Yeah.
to your placement. He placed things very well.
Yeah, can the audience sing it? That's the question. And he always answered it, you know,
But
with
when-
his songs.
But when Aaron Hall went solo,
Yeah.
I liked the songs.
Yeah.
Again, he had I Miss You from it.
He did.
But I think
He
he just
did.
oversung and didn't care.
I think he's just started singing about his actual lifestyle. I think that's kind of what slowed it down. Don't be afraid. Aggressive
That's
loving.
I was like, and I'm starting to hear it. I'm starting
Now
to
I
hear it.
lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. You know, he started off
I
right.
was like, hold
You
on.
know, and then after that he was
started
just like,
you can call me daddy to me. And I was like, hold on, wait, hold on. I was like, hold on, wait a minute. And then he started doing songs with Tupac, and all of a sudden he started doing the background of Tupac. Yeah, it was like Tupac in the background, like laughing. I was like,
by the way, shout out to Aaron Hall having some of the most best cameo appearances solo.
oh, absolutely. I think Aaron Hall actually was your feature. Like he wanted to be the guy. He should have made a lot of money off of being the featurer. He was like the little Wayne. He's the little Wayne of R&B.
What was it? He was like, just bring the pumps.
Pumps to the bump.
Just bring the pump. Bring the pump, baby. Just bring the pumps. Bring the pump, baby. Bring that pump, baby. Bring the pump, baby.
You know what the craziest thought is? Hammer let him go crazy on there.
Oh yeah,
Hammer let him go crazy on there.
He had to, because they seem like they both grew up around the same neighborhood. So them hood niggas, man, they get together and it's magic, bro.
He let them go crazy.
It's just literally he had a huge hit already. Hammer, he already had it. His ad-libs wasn't even needed. And then something inside Hammer said, you know what? Damn, my nigga Hall got to end this song. How's he going to end it?
I got
it.
And
then Aaron is in the studio chilling, sipping something, and he's like, all right, time in? No, in the back, at the end.
I mean, 5 minutes
the part
and 34
when they,
seconds. 5 minutes
the vamp. Don't me take me to the vamp when they're saying bring the pump. Yeah, let me get on that. And that's one take. You could tell that shit was one take. You know, that wasn't even like let me take a break and re-record it. It was a one take feeling, you know? Literally.
Well, he left after that. It was
literally over. You know, it was just like perfect. Thank you. That was his response. That's the response he got when he was done. Thank you. We like that. All right, you're good. Get out. Thank you.
Think about he had that for Tupac, Too Thug and Me. He had that for Now That We Found Love. I mean, this guy Aaron Hall was on. He was your feature. Like he was the guy that you went before R. Kelly, y'all. Because I know you're gonna say R. Kelly. We know.
Well, no. Let's be real. Aaron taught R. Kelly.
He did.
R. Kelly's a student of Aaron Hall.
Yes, he borrowed the style.
You didn't borrow his style. There's a difference.
He borrowed it. He borrowed it.
There's borrowing and then there's taking.
I mean,
he took his whole look. Literally, he had a group and he had a fade in the group.
He had a fade in the group and he was dancing.
When he went solo, he had a ball head. He sounded like Aaron Hall.
He didn't dance no more with sunglasses.
I'm just saying, you know, and yeah.
So did the great R. Kelly take the style of Aaron Hall? Did he water down the
100%.
lyrics? Did he water down the vocals a little bit to make it a little?
He didn't water down the lifestyle, but he may have watered down the lyrics
and the vocals a little bit for people to catch it.
No,
not really.
I think R. Kelly was really trying, and he's just not him. You know, that's what I think. I think he really was trying. Sweat beads, one tear. You know, slowly. You know, fading down. You know, like I think he really was blood, sweat, and tears trying to be, if not Aaron Hall, but better than Aaron Hall. You know, because when you go back when he had a fade, the Honey Love stuff, he really was like up there as far as like I'm really coming at you. You know, because all my ad-libs was like, what would Aaron Hall do with when he had the group? And then when he branched off of the group, he still was doing that, but he was just starting to get into his own vibe. But he had to be like somebody first before he found himself, and that somebody he was like was Aaron Hall. But unfortunately, he also adapted his lifestyle too as well.
Shout
I
out
mean,
to Kels and shout out to Aaron Hall. The difference between what I'm
AHRK.
what I'm gonna say the difference is between those two is R. Kelly did the production, the producing.
Yeah.
You know, Aaron Hall was just
He was
a
a
singer.
nerd.
Aaron Hall was a singer. He was coming in to
Yeah.
sing and destroy.
He was the dominant alpha male.
R. Kelly is a guy that's going to produce you. He wrote, what did he do? He composed, wrote, You Are Not Alone in 9 to 11 minutes. You know, his mind is different.
Yeah, but think about it. Aaron Hall, when I say Aaron Hall was the dominant alpha male, you know, Aaron Hall was the bully. Aaron Hall was the guy that was respected, and Aaron Hall was the guy that could say a few words. His cats, and really, he said in an interview he had a bad stuttering problem.
Yeah.
Yet he was a pimp at the same time. Think about that. So when he gets in the studio, he thinks a little different. You know, it's not, you know, but then when you look at somebody like R. Kelly, he's the cat that got picked on. He's the cat that didn't have the way with the ladies. He's the cat that didn't, he'd be the cat that got picked on that would run away crying. But he'd be by himself. True. He'd be by himself, escaping through music, writing, singing, copying, writing, singing, copying. Aaron Hall, he'll freaking go out, party, drink, collect some money from his hoes, pick up new hoes, drugs, sex parties with people viewing that shit. Bro.
Shout out to
and then leave that and then record a song at 3 a.m. with just ad libs. And it's another hit.
Yeah, and it's another hit. And it's another
hit.
It's true.
And you know what's crazy? I know what that feels like. Because remember in our crazy days, right? I won't say my crazy days, you watching over me. And so at that time, I did a lot of crazy shit, you know? But I had so much confidence in what I was going to bring vocally, and it just gave me a certain type of edge to where I could be like, and watch what I do, you know, and so I get it, you know. It's like when you got that, I don't give a, you know what I'm saying, like all y'all.
But that's Bobby. But
this shit's about to be a hit because I'm here. Then it's a whole nother type of mindset when you in that studio. You know,
but that's the Bobby too. That's that Bobby thing. That's that prerogative. Yeah. That's that energy where it's like
this is why we like these guys. Yeah, you know, like as artists. You know,
to the heart, like
you know,
those are guys for real.
Because there's a lot of people that did the same thing they did and didn't make it.
Oh no! They were up out of here. They didn't have it. They didn't have it like that. You have to have a different type of attitude. A different type of attitude.
But there's a lot of consequences that come with that attitude.
But you have to be able to take that.
But you have to be willing to take it all that comes with it. You're right.
It's true.
Take everything that comes with it.
And keep going.
Because when you leave that stage, you're going to deal with everything that comes with it.
That's true. All right, y'all. To end this off,
I apologize for saying anything that might cause any type of cancellation.
No, we think we're good.
You sure?
I think we're good for the first one. I think we're good. I think you know, sometimes people say less is more.
Yeah.
I don't believe in this. I don't think that's going to work for us. So
yeah.
I don't think that's going to work for us, man. That's fine.
Yeah.
Top 5. Your top 5.
Oh, okay.
Now,
this
pay
gets
attention.
Fun.
The question I'm going to say is your top 5 midnight love R&B songs.
Midnight love?
Well, like
songs, not artists.
Not artist. Not artists. So I'm gonna go. I'll give. So for me,
yeah,
I'll give you for a minute. So me, if I'm thinking about late night vibing, midnight love energy, the candles going, windows out, the ears going. You want to play that song.
Sex all in the atmosphere. You know, so we can make it clear.
Exactly. Come out the shower glistening. You know what I mean? Songs I want to hear.
It's like, all right, buddy.
I just want to say, I'm trying to say the midnight love. I'm trying to get people to understand the visual.
I got you. Cat.
Gotta get people visual.
Okay.
Bobby
For the
Brown for the ladies. Yeah, no pause.
Yeah.
No pause for the ladies. So
That's funny. Yeah.
Bobby Brown, Tenderoni.
Okay.
Roni.
We talking about Midnight Love, right?
Roni.
Okay.
Roni, R&B, those tracks, those ballad, those love songs.
Yeah, but are we talking about love making or sex songs? Midnight. Because when I think
I
midnight,
ain't
I'm thinking
I ain't
sex.
talking about the Greek grinding. No.
Okay. You're talking about.
You talking about 3 You talking about 3 a.m.
That's okay. Yeah,
You
you're
talking
right.
about
So
2-3 a.m.
all right. So
I'm talking
then
about the
this is
nightcap.
more like.
I'm talking about coming home the nightcap.
Okay. All right.
Borderline. I ain't talking about Jodeci, freaking you.
Because I was thinking like all the
yeah.
sex songs
Silk,
past that
whatever.
time.
We'll do this.
Oh, you got some good ones. I wouldn't even think about those.
Yeah. See, that's the 3 a.m. That's our 3 a.m. That's our 3 a.m.
Okay.
That's the next show.
That's right. You're the DJ. I keep
It's the next
forgetting. How did you know that?
I forgot about that song. I know you did. My job to not.
Yeah.
So, Roni from Bobby Brown.
Okay.
Johnny Gill. Not my.
Okay.
Not my people. Johnny Gill from the Boomerang soundtrack. There You Go.
Okay.
Is one of my favorite songs. You gotta hear it. Nice and Slow from Usher.
Okay.
Those are 3 right there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go with a hybrid song. It's not R&B, but we have R&B artists on it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go with LL Cool J and featuring Boyz II Men, Hey Lover. I go with that Hey Lover song.
I almost cried.
Yeah.
Because my choices are also going to hit you, but they're not what you expect.
You see what I mean?
I'm glad. I'm glad I'm liking this.
I believe it. And that's 4 right there. That's that Hey Lover. Because I wanted that one. And I'm going to go with something I didn't think I would go with. And it's probably not my top 5. It'd probably be my top. I don't want to say
it's okay. I want to hear it. That's probably going to be like all my songs, what you're saying.
This grew on me after hearing it time and time again.
Mm-hmm.
Twisted by Keith Sweat. Because how I feel about.
Woo! You just gave me one. Okay, I got my list.
I Twisted. I'm going with Twisted on Keith Sweat. I have to do that because it's just something about that song cut close in the background singing. The vibe is right. I mean, vocally Keith Sweat is what he is on there. I mean, shout out to him, his longevity. But I'm talking about as far as that Midnight Love, that vibe energy, I'm going to put him at that last spot with Twisted.
Okay. I'm not mad. You have credible and classic type songs. So none of my songs did well commercial.
No,
but you'll know exactly why I picked them. Like you'll feel what I feel when I tell you my list, right? So my first song is going to be Dru Hill, Beauty.
First of all, it's one of the best songs, if not the best song they ever did. If not.
And because of you, my second song is Tank, Kill for You.
Shout out to Tank. Shout out to Tank.
Second.
Shout out to R&B brother Tank.
I have to do. At first, my third choice was Usher, Here I Stand, but I have to put Usher, Here I Stand / As Yet last night. I gotta say, Soul Food soundtrack, the supergroup I Care for You. All right.
I knew you were going to do Milestone. Shout out Milestone.
And the last song is going to be Avant featuring Kiki, My First Love.
Beautiful.
If you know, you know.
Listen, and people know about that Avant. Listen, and that Milestone, shout out to Babyface putting KC JoJo and his brothers.
Yeah.
His brothers from After 7 together. I Care About You is one of the best songs done vocally, musically, written. Definitely in my...
It's R&B.
Yeah, it's R&B.
It's R&B. Yeah, these are all...
And I knew you were going to throw Usher in there. I knew, listen, you always got to put Usher in there. I was going to put Bedtime. In there.
But let's talk about Tank Kill For You. We're not going to just skip over that song. Like, I don't give a damn if it's track 12, you know? And I don't give a damn what Tank is now as a person, you know? But there was just something different about when you heard it. You know, like,
listen, he was on it.
I'm sorry. Ready. And his echoes were loud too, you know, and mixed well. It wasn't something in the background. This is why I loved it. It was so 90s with it, but it was such a freaking, like, it was a song about a killer, you know, but everything was R&B, but the drums were dark as shit.
Listen, you're right. You
know, the drum and the bass line. And this is first album. Put your hands up. Put your hands up. Ooh, ooh. Yeah, he's come on.
Force of Nature album, y'all. If you haven't heard the Tank Force of Nature album, you need to listen to it right now. Type it in your YouTube. Go get your Spotify. Go get that Force of Nature Tank album. Shout out to you, Tank, brother. You listen. I'll never forget because I got mad at you, Tank. I'm not gonna lie, I got mad. I saw the cover, you were ripped up on there, and I was like, God, come on, man. I gotta. I was so mad. I said, I gotta step my game up. Listen, body was out there ripped up, ladies were screaming, "Oh, let the Tank!" I was like, man, let me listen to this song. This first song, I'm like, okay.
Bro,
this dude's ready.
You discovered that, bro. You discovered that.
I
bro.
did.
That was one of your discoveries, man.
I had to go to the team and like, listen, you gotta listen to this Tank, like Cat for real,
bro.
Then maybe I deserved it. Look, I remember Shawn was like, yo, maybe I deserve, dude. I was like, nah.
Yeah, because that song was boring to me. But when I heard the other, I was like,
he was like, hold on, wait a minute. He was like, yo, wait a minute. He's like, maybe I deserve, dude. I said, no, we're gonna listen to this right now. We were in the room. I played this album, the songs. He was like,
it was like, I was just like,
we had to keep going back.
Where's he gonna go with this? And I was like, and it's a storyline? Oh my God.
Musically, Tank. Shout out to you. And on that note, we gonna end this first one.
What'd he say? He likes to go running at night. I'll make sure that it's his last flight. 'Cause we need him out of the way. So we can be together always. Yeah. Creeping out from me. I'm sorry. I caught him slipping. My knife was deep. And now it can be you and me. I'll kill for you. Still. I'm sorry. This is ridiculous. Any crime, any time. What do you say? I had to do it. I wanted to be with you. Oh, get him out of the way. For good. For good. I'm like, oh my God.
People, on that note, we out.
I'm sorry.
Nah. This is what I wanted for for the top 5 Midnight Love songs. Next episode, we're going to do 3 AMs. On this note, y'all, we out, man. Talk to y'all soon. All love.
Yeah, man.